Hey guys, it's GameFace here and welcome back to episode 3 of my Leicester City career mode. Now, today we've got quite a few different things to do. We might get onto our first league game of the season, which I think is against Sunderland, and then we've got West Ham afterwards. But mainly we'll be looking at signings and different players that we can bring in and get rid of as well. Now, before we get into this episode, if we could go hit 30 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, don't forget to go subscribe as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic if you could go do that. And yeah, I need to quickly show you something. I thought I'd just quickly have a look because I've heard about the fact that, Jackson Martinez has gone to China, Guarin's gone to China. There's a few players that have gone to China. So on career mode, they've put them as free agents. So I was thinking, alright, can I get any of these as a free agent possibly? So, I've shortlisted the ones that I found, and the names I could remember that had gone to China and all different places. And, yeah, I thought just see what sort of clubs that they'd gone to, and I was maybe looking at trying to get them in, possibly, but it might have been a bit unrealistic anyway. But I thought I'd have a look at some of the players that have gone, and, Farfan went to LA Galaxy, that's fine, completely fine about that, fairly normal, I suppose. Jackson Martinez, Feyenoord, okay, fair enough. Now, the next player. The next player is a left winger. He's Gervinho. He's very fast. And I thought, has he gone to the Premier League maybe, somewhere to one of Europe's top clubs? He's 80 overall. It's pretty a good overall, that one, to be honest, for a free agent. And yeah, he was a free agent, and look what club picks him up. Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday picks up Gervinho as a free agent. And yeah, he's just signed for them, basically. Free agent. He is now in the Championship, basically, with Sheffield Wednesday. Don't know how that's happened, but they've picked him up. They've paid him 60 grand a week, as you do. And, yeah, they've got him now in the Championship. So that's nice and realistic there, as ever, from FIFA. But let's go on with this episode now and move on to some players and just quickly talk about a few things that I've done in between episodes, just because I wanted to make sure I remembered it for the next episode. Basically, what I've decided to do is put Inler as a player that I'm going to try and loan out. That's what I've decided to do. You're probably wondering why I've done that, but I'm not a huge fan of him, really. He's quite slow. He's not played much for Leicester this year. I would try and sell him, but he's obviously recently just joined. So we'll try and get rid of him for a year, get the 45 grand a week in, added onto the wage, which will be really good for us, give us a bit of a boost with the money, and hopefully get in some sort of different player in a position we actually need. Because if you have a quick look at our squad, and this is probably going to my starting 11, to be honest, we don't really need Inler. I want to have Armati there. I've obviously signed my new centre mid, which you could argue maybe I didn't need, but he's like a younger Inler, really. He can play CDM. He's 10 years younger. 10 years younger. And he's 4 overalls lower, so he's got plenty of time to get up to that sort of Inler level, if not exceed that. So I don't really want to have Inler in the squad at the moment, so I'm going to try and loan him out. That's the aim anyway. I want to try and keep Armati in the squad, so I don't really want to have to put Inler on the bench and then leave Armati out. It doesn't really make sense for me, that. So I'm going to try and get rid of Inler, hopefully. That's the aim anyway. Blythe is remaining. I said that in the last episode. He's staying now due to the fact I didn't realise he was a glitch player. But that's basically the team that I've got. It's looking really good at the moment. We will just continue to advance because we've got a few players here that we've put in offers for. Traore, we're still waiting to see whether we can get him in. He is obviously going to cost us a bit of money and we don't quite have that yet. But the main player we're looking at trying to get in is Vezo. Now, he is going to be a nice signing for us if he does go ahead and accept. I think we've got the contract that we sent to him in the previous episode, but we'll wait and see on that one. Sewell has declined the contract anyway, but we couldn't pay the 10.5, so it doesn't really bother me that much. He has declined the offer, though. I think it was because the club wasn't big enough for him, did he say? Something like that. And, yeah, Paul McKay, I remembered who he was, actually, after someone dragged my memory in the comments. He's that player, or the twins that Leeds signed in the January transfer window. He's not that great, as his stats suggest, really. But, yeah, it was a very odd signing. I'm sure Leeds paid like $1 million for the pair of them or something like that. A combined fee from Doncaster. I do remember who he is now, but definitely someone I won't be getting at the moment. And Traore doesn't want to relocate, but he could be persuaded. Another one that I'm not too sure whether he'll actually end up joining us, to be honest, Traore. It's a good idea, the fact that, he brings us some height, but I don't really know whether he's going to fit into the side. We're going to try and get rid of Ajoa, but whether I need to get in Traore, I don't know, it's a tough one. I might just sign a loan player or something like that. So we're going to leave Traore for now and hopefully just get in Bezo. Oh wait, it's Vezo, isn't it? I thought it was Bezo.
Mike Smalling.
Chris, could I...
Oh, Chris, sorry.
Vezo has accepted the contract, and that means he can sign for us once we have enough money. We don't have enough money yet, so we can't quite get him in 5 million though. He does look like a bit of a good piece of business there for someone that's 76 rated. We now need to have a look at trying to get rid of some players in order to get him in. In terms of the centre-backs that I've got, I think I can get rid of Moore out on loan. That's the aim anyway. Robert Hood's obviously out injured. Whether I get rid of Morgan, I'm not really too sure yet. I can't see myself using him much. He's quite slow. I know he's very strong, but I can't see myself using him. I'm a little bit reluctant to get rid of him, obviously being the club captain. But I think it just makes the most sense to try and get rid of him. It's a shame I can't get rid of the Polish guy because he's retiring, sadly, so I can't get rid of him. But it might have to be that I get rid of Morgan. Not really too sure yet. Again, we're just going to have to wait and see on the players that leave us. We don't have too many transfer listed. We've got 2 players, Ajoa and Danny Simpson, that are transfer listed. So Danny Simpson's someone that we're trying to get rid of, because I'm going to hopefully bring in a new right back, which moves me on now to show you my shortlist. Now, I don't know how we're going to afford to get this guy in as well, but we're going to try, and we're going to try and get him in. He's very fast. He seems to fit what I'm after. 25 years old, 74 overall. He seems like a solid right back, really. And yeah, we are going to put, where is he? Danny Simpson's part of the deal. He's only worth 900 grand though, so might not help us out too much though. We are just going to go 2 million and Danny Simpson, a little bit lower than the chief executive's value. Oh wow, look at that one. Man City have signed Aubameyang. 33.5 million. That is pretty decent. Wow, what a signing that could be. And what an interesting title race this one could be as well. Player development though, let's move on to some player drills. Hopefully get some of our younger players up in overall. We're going to go with the exact same 5 players that we've done previously and try and get them going a little bit. Kante's dribbling's gone up a bit there. Nothing too major though across the board. And let's move on to trying to get rid of some players here. Okay, transfer offer in for Danny Simpson. It's only 800 grand. We really want about 1 million for him if possible. I know I've just put in a bid to try and get in a new right back, but if we can get a little bit of money for him, then that might be best actually. Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Cologne have accepted the bid that I put in, 2 million and Danny Simpson. And now we can move on to negotiating his contract. 30 grand a week we'll go with. Important first team player I think's fair, to be honest. So we'll wait and see what he says to that. But we could be getting in 2 defenders possibly in the next couple of days. And Bournemouth has said that is more than they want to spend. They're happy to pay 975 grand, but not the million. Don't really know what the difference is other than 25 grand. Not a huge difference. Anyway, I decided to scout some of these younger players that I was interested in. Sané looks pretty good. Might get him in a little bit later on in the career mode. Not quite yet, I don't think. And another player as well who I don't even remember scouting. Yeah, I think we'll just move on from him. Okay, the right back has said he does not want to relocate but could be persuaded. I am just going to go ahead and I think I'm going to give him 32 grand. Don't really want to push it too much more than that. And we will go crucial first team player. I'm reluctant to do that, but I think we will go and do it. And I also need to now put in a transfer offer again, or a contract offer in for Vezo, because it's obviously expired now, so I'm going to have to redo that. Okay, now onto the first league game of the season. Now, I usually like to play the first league game because, you know, it's a new season. It's nice to kind of see what the team's like, whether you should make any more signings or not. But it's against Sunderland. It's at home. We've got our full-strength team available. So I'm just going to go ahead with that team and hope for the best, really. We are just going to sim the match. Won't have time to play it, so we are just going to sim it. We'll play the West Ham match, though, afterwards, if we have time, which I reckon we probably will. So hopefully we can get a result here, get 3 points, and get in a good position in the league table. 25 minutes in, though, and nothing has happened in terms of goals. Need to try and find an opener if we can. Into the second half, still no goals. However, Mahrez has popped up and got one in the 50th minute, so we are winning the game 1-0. I've got a feeling Sunderland might pull them back, though, through Jermaine Defoe at some stage. He always seems to get a goal against me. 5 minutes left, though, and we've won the game 1-0. Just about scraped through that win, so we'll happily take that, and got ourselves 3 points. Okay, I just put in a contract offer for Vezo. Now, I don't know what the contract offer was beforehand, but he's just declined this one. He can be persuaded, though, which is good. I don't know what I offered him before. I thought it was 45, to be honest, but that didn't work. I gave him all the bonuses and everything like that, so I don't know why he's not interested this time round. I'll go with 50 grand, which I don't really have enough money to do, but I'll go with it anyway. And again, give him all the bonuses and hope that he decides to accept this one. Transfer offer in here for Ben Chilwell from Bradford City. It's just going to be a loan offer, basically. We'll loan him out, hopefully get some experience at Bradford City so that he can come back next season and hopefully try and challenge for a place in our team. So I've decided to just reject the Danny Simpson offer from Bournemouth in the hope that the right back decides he will join us. But that is still very much undecided yet. We'll have to wait and see. So it's a little bit risky rejecting it, but I have decided to do that because I'm confident that the right back will join us. But again, we'll just have to wait and see. Mahrez's dribbling's gone up. Gray went up. I think that was his stamina, was it? Could be wrong. And I think Kante had one go up as well. But yeah, we are getting a little bit more growth now. Just need to try and get some overalls up in the next few weeks. And there we go. Knew it. The right back has decided to join us. Can't pronounce his name, so let me know if you can in the comments. Olkowski. We'll go with that. I think we'll go with that, Olkowski. And Danny Simpson leaves us, but I think that could be a good signing for us. Very happy with that one. A bit of an unknown right back, or for me he is anyway. You might know him, but I've not heard of him, and he does seem like a good, solid right back for us. So, yeah, I think that's a fairly realistic one. Maybe not in terms of the name, because I've never heard of him. But I think in terms of overall, he just looked like that sort of player that we'd normally bring in. So yeah, very good signing for us, I think, that one. Now we're just going to wait and see whether I can afford to bring in that centre-back as well. Okay, he's finally accepted, but we are a long way from being able to afford to bring him in. And I thought 30 million would be fine as well as our transfer budget. We need to try and get rid of Ajoa, basically. That's the aim now. We need to get rid of him and try and just somehow get somebody else in. Get Vezo in if we can, but Ajoa, I mean, no one wants him. That's the issue. Nobody is interested in paying 30 grand a week for a 29-year-old, 73 overall. I need to have a quick look through the squad again, see whether there's anybody else I could possibly get rid of. Okay, one player that I found that maybe I could recall and try and sell is Dean Hammond. It's a bit of a risk, this one, because you obviously have to pay to recall him, then you have to pay the wages, but I'm hoping that the 550 grand, if I sell him, is going to be enough to kind of cover all that. So I'm going to recall him, add him to the transfer list, and hopefully get rid of Dean Hammond. It's tough to decide, though, who to get rid of, because we don't have many players that aren't needed. We've got a lot of players out on loan, though, which is probably the main issue. Why is he loan listed? Oh, yeah, I did loan list him. But yeah, we need to try and find some players I can get rid of. I have picked up on one that I could get rid of, and I'm just going to quickly show you him now. It is Hammer. Is it Hammer? Hammer. I'll go with Hammer as his pronunciation of his name. I'm going to transfer list him. No need to have him. I do have 3 keepers and him at the moment, so that's 4 in total. Good maths, I know. But Max Schwarzer could actually be our third choice goalkeeper, so I may as well just go ahead with that. He may as well be our third choice keeper, and I just should sell him. Try and get in a bit of money for him. Don't think it's going to really help us too much. But there we are, we've found a couple of players I could maybe try and sell. Before we get into the next game against West Ham, we do have a monthly scouting update, which is great to see finally. Do we have any good Spanish players? Well, this first one doesn't look particularly good. However, Fernando Pacquiao? No, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He does look very good. Potential does seem pretty high. Same with Rafael. We'll sign him up. And same with Rodolfo. We'll go with that as his pronunciation. And Victor as well. Jesus Christ, we'll have a lot of decent Spanish players there. We could have a whole Spanish team next season at this rate. We will move on now to the West Ham game. We are just going to go with the exact same team that started in the previous game against Sunderland. Hopefully get ourselves 3 points. And yeah, let's see how we get on. Here we go. We are at Upton Park here. Hopefully we can get ourselves 3 points. It's going to be a tough match for us against West Ham, though, I'd imagine. We'll see what sort of team they've got out. Got Jenkinson starting, okay, Emenike on the bench. Ooh, okay, that's an interesting team. It's probably the one you'd, yeah, I suppose you'd expect that team, to be honest. It's what you'd probably expect from West Ham. Hopefully we can get ourselves 3 points and move maybe even further up the league table this early on. Kante on a bit of a run here, and not a bad shot to begin things off. Hopefully we are going to see how our new signings get on, the new right back, and obviously Shawcross as well, who I'm sure will be very solid for us. So we'll wait and see how that goes, but a good start from us there. Okay, Koyate's just kind of made it 1-0, 12 minutes in. Not the greatest of defending there. Ryan Shawcross has just let him run through, and yeah, we're losing the game 1-0 basically. 12 minutes in. You'll just see that. Yep, the centre-back runs forward. Shawcross is already out of position. Can't recover because he's not fast enough. Hell of a strike, to be fair there. Schmeichel couldn't save it. And we're losing the game 1-0. Danny Drinkwater trying to find Jamie Vardy. It's a brilliant ball from him. Jamie Vardy's running through. Doesn't have much space for a shot, but it does go out for a corner. I still think we've been the better side here. We've not had a chance like West Ham have, though. We're going to put that one in. And I tell you what, that's gone way too near the keeper. Okazaki looking for Jamie Vardy, who's on the shoulder of the defender. Jamie Vardy scores. And that's our first goal that we've scored in the game that we've obviously been playing. But our second goal this season, just before half-time, Jamie Vardy scores. Was it Okazaki that I said had the ball through? But yeah, Jamie Vardy was right on the last man. Gets in just behind, beats the offside trap, and it's a brilliant finish past Adrian. Is it Okazaki? Yes, it is. Just holds his run nicely. Decent finish, and it's now 1-1. And that is it for the first half. Still drawing the game 1-1. We are going to keep the team exactly the same, though, going into the second half. West Ham with a corner here. We just had a good save from Schmeichel. Can they capitalise? They've just brought in Andy Carroll as well. Not great timing for us, but Schmeichel takes it nice and easy. Now then, can he fire it up to Jamie Vardy? Wasn't expecting him to actually get that one clear. He might have been able to chest it down. Mahrez trying to keep it in, and does really poorly there. Let's make some changes now. We are going to take off one or two players and try and bring on some more impact players. We're going to see how our new signing gets on, Camarasa. We are going to take off Danny Drinkwater, who's had an okay game actually for us. We're also going to take off Okazaki and bring on our new striker, Ezekiel, I think we'll go with. Amati might also make an appearance. Yeah, we'll bring him on at centre-back, take off one of our centre-backs, and bring on Amati. Hopefully he can put in a good performance there for the last, well, just under 30 minutes now. Camarasa, can he have a good shot on here as well? Oof, nearly snuck into the bottom left-hand corner. I didn't even realise he's number 7 as well. He's got the magic number. Hopefully we can get a couple of goals with him. He does seem like a bit of a goal threat as well as a decent passer, this guy. Jamie Vardy trying to run through the West Ham defence. Going to look for his striking partner. Now then, oh no, I thought the keeper would come out and he hasn't. We've messed that one up a bit. Oh, off the post and out for a corner. And yeah, I expected him to come out there, but he didn't quite. Mahrez will take it. Kante's in there, takes the header, but it was saved just about by Adrian. And that is it, we've drawn the game 1-1. To be fair, West Ham had a good game. They did really play quite well. They got in behind us a few times. I think we probably just edged it. We should have just edged it. But yeah, we got the draw there against West Ham. It's not too bad in the grand scheme of things. At least it's not a loss. That's the main thing there. It's obviously dropping 2 points, but I'm sure we've got plenty of time. We're only 2 games in. We've got plenty of time to recuperate those points and hopefully push for maybe, I don't know, a top half of the league table finish, maybe top 5, something like that. I'm not really too sure yet about those sort of targets. Let's move on to player development though again, and hopefully get some of these younger players up in overall. Demarai Gray didn't actually get onto the bench in the previous match, but look, he's just gone up to 69 overall. Will he make a push into our first team possibly? Or obviously onto the bench probably is the more likely thing. But we'll have to wait and see for that. We've also got Tottenham coming up now, but I need to try and get some money in. I need to try and sign Vezo. Doesn't look likely at the moment, does it really? I don't know whether we desperately need him. I know we've obviously got an injury to Robert Huth, but he's coming back in, what, 6 weeks now, is it? Something like that. So, is it really worth making that signing now? We do already have four strikers, I think, without Robert Huth, so it's difficult to say really, but the injury list is here, and we've got 5 weeks, in fact, until Robert Huth returns. So, maybe we don't push through that Vezo deal desperately. We'll wait and see whether we have enough money for him. It looks unlikely at the moment. And that is it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you did know this, then please hit the thumbs up button and also go ahead and subscribe as well. They really appreciate it because I want to try and hit 30 likes on this video if we can. That'd be absolutely fantastic if we could go do that. But yeah, we've got the Tottenham game coming up after this in the next episode, obviously, which will be in a couple of days' time. And yeah, hopefully we can get ourselves 3 points there. We desperately need to try and get that as many points as possible, because obviously West Brom and Southampton and Crystal Palace are all above us here, so we need to try and climb the league table as soon as possible. Look at Stoke and Aston Villa, 2 games they've won. That's the same as Aston Villa won in real life, isn't it? 2 games? Maybe something like that. 2 or 3, I'm sure it is. But anyway, that is it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. But let's go on this game now. Hopefully get ourselves a win in the Champions League final. And yeah, see how we get on against Arsenal. There's only 15 minutes left, and we desperately need the 3 points.